Aloha boys, welcome back to yet again another video, and here today I have a very important announcement that's probably been ruined by the title already, but I don't care. We have a very important announcement today. I say me, like we, but it's just me. I don't know what I'm saying. This video's already started off really strange. Either way, there is a massive opportunity that the Call of Duty esports land has recently seen. There's been major organizations, specifically TSM and Cloud9, who have announced that they are interested. They want to find a roster for the Call of Duty World League, and this is so big. What happened today is that earlier TSM, I'm going to say TSM, or TCM most likely throughout this video. Either way, Team Solo Mid and Cloud9 have basically announced today on their tweets from their social media, which I will have in the description. If you guys are interested and want to follow them, I'll put those in the description. But two major organizations, especially Team Solo Mid, have basically announced and said, hey, we're interested in the Call of Duty scene. We want to have a team. Here's our, link, and here's our email to email us at if you guys want to, send us a application to want to join our, organization. And this happened first with TSM, and I'm going to go and read you guys exactly what their article said, what their tweet said. So basically they tweeted out on Twitter earlier, they said, we're looking for a Call of Duty and a CSGO team. So for those who don't know, they actually dropped their CSGO team, and it's been rumored that that could be, Optic wanting to join and the CS scene and wanting them to kind of join and part and, have Optic make a CSGO team. But either way, I'm going to read you guys exactly what this article says. Also, we'll have this link in the description for both articles, but this one is from TSM, who did announce earlier, saying, we are announcing that we are accepting applications for teams and players to represent TSM in both Counter-Strike Global Offensive and Call of Duty Black Ops 3 in the 2016 year. We are seeking to create teams to excel at the highest level of competition within their respective games. In addition, we are looking for players who are dedicated, hardworking, have the drive to be the best, and have good sportsmanship. TSM has constantly maintained a high standard of quality that we expect all our players to live up to. Please send all applications to tryouts@solomid.net with your name and the gamer tag and blah, blah, blah. So that right out basically says, hey, we're interested. We want to get into the Call of Duty scene, which, honestly, say they do find a team, say they don't find a team, just the fact that these organizations are realizing and saying, hey, the Call of Duty scene, that interests us. The money that the Call of Duty World League has provided, thanks to Treyarch this year, we're excited about that. We want to be involved with this. This is actually something that entertains us. The Call of Duty scene and some other, esports scenes is kind of looked at as a joke. And the fact that those organizations who are involved with those scenes are saying, hey, no, this is actually pretty interesting. We want to get our hand on that money. We want to get our hands in the scene here and grow our overall organization. That is fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead and read you guys Cloud9. They basically tweeted out that, hey, we're looking for a Call of Duty team on Twitter, and I'll read you guys exactly what their article on their website basically. So the article says, Cloud9 opens recruitment for Call of Duty, and it says, as of today, we at Cloud9 would like to officially announce our interest in recruiting a competitive Call of Duty roster. As always, we strive to expand our reach into new territories, and CoD is no exception. With the Call of Duty World League Pro Division qualifiers about to kick off and the first season of the Call of Duty World League on the horizon, we'd like to invite all highly skilled, highly motivated players and teams interested in working alongside us to complete one of the following forms. So that also kind of shows exactly what has happened. They kind of give a brief description on themselves. They said, Cloud9 has been on the forefront of many esports, fostering rookie and veteran talent. Very important to admit that as well. Not that they're just looking for a pro team. They could be looking for a lesser known team that is also, kind of pro, or kind of like an AM team. But either way, to compete at the highest levels of their respective games, currently housing teams and players competing at an international level in League of Legends, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Hearthstone, Heroes of the Storm, Smite, World of Warcraft, and Smash Bros. Melee. We look to emulate their success following the recruitment of a competitive Call of Duty roster. For more up-to-date news and information on all things Cloud9, check out our social media page. I didn't really have to read that. But either way, that is also a major announcement. There was a little bit more, info or detail in the Cloud9 article. But either way, that is massive for us. We obviously just talked about TSM. That was like the only announcement for today, and I was debating on making a video. And now that I saw that Cloud9 has also basically done the exact same article, saying the exact same thing, that we want a roster, we want to compete in the Call of Duty World League, and we are interested. I know I've said that like 5 or 6 times, but just that alone is so rewarding. If you've been in the scene for 1 year, if you've been in the scene since it very started, the first event, that means so much to us. Like I said earlier, in other esports scenes, you might be wondering, why are we so excited about this? Because, this is just a big deal for us. Black Ops 3 is going to be the title, and I say going to be because it hasn't happened fully. This is supposed to be the title that kind of lifts us back up, and there's been so much pressure on this title. Will specialist abilities, will the ban/protect system, will this game overall bring us back to what we want to be, where we want to be growing? Because the last two esports or the last two games that we've had in Ghost of Advanced Warfare just did not live up to the hype that Black Ops 2 brought, a couple of years ago. We just haven't had that same feeling, and now in Black Ops 3 we're starting to feel that same sort of thing, and with the Call of Duty World League, this just is, it's amazing. Something else really important to mention is that who are these teams going to pick up? Like, who are these organizations that are saying, we're interested? If they are looking for a pro team that's already kind of competing, or they're looking for a roster that's going to compete in online qualifiers, what roster are they going to try to go for? Because, a lot of the spots are already locked up. Could they try to buy out a roster that's already in the Call of Duty World League? You can name off the 8 teams that are in the NA. You can name off the 4 teams that are in the ANZ and both, the EU. Would they obviously try to go out for the ANZ or the EU? Would they most likely try to go for the NA? Probably, at least if I was one of them, but that's, if anything works for them, they could try to get into anything. But I'm going to actually let you guys know, I do follow, I have TweetDeck on my account, and I can kind of see whenever people follow others. And a big point that I want to mention is that the founder of Cloud9 has recently followed Merc, and has recently followed Aqua. And on the other side of things, Team Solo Mid has recently followed Merc. So Merc's been followed by both Cloud9 and TSM, and right now, as I'm speaking about this, I've been seeing, I'm friends with Burnsoff on PlayStation, and he's been playing with these group of guys a lot. So for those who don't know, after this event, after the qualifiers, the rosters who didn't make it can obviously split up. They can do whatever they want to. Nation is kind of split up. Killa and Bows have left, and obviously Merc, who's on that team, is obviously playing with other people. And the roster that it looks like right now that is probably going to try to compete for the online qualifiers is looking to be Burns, Merc, Mochilla, and Silly. That's looking to be one of the rosters. I know there's been lots of rumors of other teams competing with each other, like Colchan and some other guys that are trying to compete. So that's pretty interesting off the bat that we're seeing, rosters starting to form, rosters that could possibly be under this new name, whether it's TSM, whether it's Cloud9, whoever it may be. So it's obviously a very important fact of, what roster could they get, who's out there, who's available, and to be honest, you have to look at it from, one of two different perspectives. You look at Cloud9, you look at TSM, major organizations in other esports. You look at, regular Call of Duty. If I was to kind of make like a weight scale, for instance, if I have a Call of Duty team over here and I have, just TSM and Cloud9 over here, which one would I go for? Well, you look at the money, most likely going to be in favor of the esports who have, or most likely going to be in the favor of these organizations who have other esports. So you kind of put that up a little bit higher. Well, you look at the Call of Duty organizations and you say, well, hey, these guys have been in Call of Duty, they know how it works, they have this and that, so that kind of raises it above, not as high, because I mean, it could be here and there, but you also look at it and say, well, the fact that they are new could mean a bunch of different things. If they don't know how it works, they don't, provide a team house or something like that. And obviously, they do have team houses, but that could also be something that they provide. A team house. Money means team houses. That could go up even higher. Well, Call of Duty, other teams or other organizations, what can you provide for us? Well, the thing with having other organizations, or with having, esports teams under one organization, such as Cloud9 and TSM, is that it is very normal to see rosters get dropped. Not saying that they're not going to, but if you have one esports team excelling and you have one esports team that's losing you money, for one Call of Duty organization, it's that focuses all of their attention on that team. That focuses everything that they're doing, whether it's sponsorships, whatever it does, whatever it may be, that provides, a major sense of we're focused on you. But you look at it from another perspective of other organizations and you say, well, they have a lot of teams to look over, but they do hire certain people here to focus on different teams and stuff. So, I mean, it kind of depends on what you're looking for, what you really want, but overall, this is a major, major opportunity for the Call of Duty scene, for these two major organizations to announce this on the same day, basically within a couple hours of each other, is fantastic, and it just shows what Call of Duty has to offer. And one last thing that I want to mention before I kind of close out this video is the fact that, esports involving in other esports is a major thing, meaning that, whenever Envious, who was only a Call of Duty team for like the last couple of years, or since they really started in the last couple of years, this past year they obviously got a CSGO team, it's a big deal whenever that happened, because now there are a lot of Call of Duty fans who now watch CSGO, and they say, hey, I recognize that Envy logo. I recognize watching Team Envy. I'm going to go and support them. Another kind of, correlation of it going back and forth is that there's a CSGO player for Envious named NBK, and he was constantly tweeting out and wondering, when is the Envious team going to be playing for the Call of Duty qualifier, the Call of Duty World League qualifier? When are they going to play? So that also kind of plays into the fact of social media. It plays in the fact of, you know, just overall watching events, because if you recognize an organization or, you know, a different thing here or there, you're going to recognize that, and you're most likely going to support them in other esports. If you're a Cloud9 fan, you support most likely their League of Legends team. You support their CSGO team, like I already mentioned with TSM, the amount of teams that they have. You most likely support all of those organizations and all of those brands, whether you watch it that much or not. It just goes to show that viewership could possibly kick in if these two teams do, you know, gain rosters as well. So this is a massive opportunity, and I'm really excited to let you guys know this if you haven't seen it already, and I'm really excited to see if that does come up, what could happen, and what, you know, is a possible roster that could form, and, you know, what teams could join these rosters or these organizations will most likely be in a new video, which I hope you do subscribe to my channel to find all that information. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter at Mr. Rostermania, I kind of lay out everything, what happens, and how organizations work, and you'll most likely see updates quicker than other places if you do follow me on Twitter there as well. But keep in mind, guys, make sure to like the video if you guys did enjoy or learn anything new, and I will be having updated videos on what happens with these, you know, organizations, whether they do find teams, if they do make an announcement for a certain roster. I will post that immediately and let you guys know all that information as well. So like I said, bidding wars could be going down. They could be trying to find organizations. You know, they could be fighting over different teams in the Call of Duty World League. We'll just have to wait and see, and you guys can find all of that information here if you'd like. And bid you a farewell. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and just enjoy Christmas time, because it's almost Christmas. It's gonna be a fantastic year. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you all in the next one, and have a fantastic day, and until next time, peace out.